allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the record show all members are present. Can I get a motion?
Second.
Motion and a second on the consent agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Next up, Matt Wyatt, Director, Planning and Zoning, and/or Pam Callstrip, Acting Director. Discussion and/or decision to approve second consideration of ordinance number 21-5 entitled an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the Heartland Ridge subdivision urban renewal area pursuant to section 403.19 of the Iowa Code of Iowa. First consideration to adopt said ordinance into law.
I'll second.
Mark, have you had an opportunity to take a look at this? I'm sure, right?
This is pertaining to the
This is the ordinance.
Division of the
this
taxes for the
urban renewal one, or the
47% of that has to go to low and moderate income, is that right? Something like that?
45-3.
Is that what it was, 45?
yes. So we've been aware of that through the whole discussion.
That's a substantial amount of money. Is there any plan, Pam, to put together some kind of a team or a committee to address where those funds can be spent?
We were
Is there any process
discussing.
of putting that together? Okay.
Sure.
That's get collected at 18 months in arrears, right? Is that kind of how that works, the LMI money?
All of it will be, yes.
And then bundled up. How long, can you hold on to that for as long as you want?
No. There's a certain point when they can reclaim the school, the other entities can claim that taxes if you don't use it.
You're looking to start construction in 2024?
Yeah, we have to enact the first phase of our TIF by, I believe, September 30th of 25, so we need to get going in 24.
So we wouldn't even start collecting on any of those until 2026?
Yeah, it's my understanding, once the houses are assessed and then they hit the tax roll, that of the incremental increase, 47% of that goes into a separate fund for LMI. It's not available to be touched by developer for TIF. So, yeah, it's a little ways down the line.
Right. Are we sitting on LMI money now?
2 years before anything even happens.
We don't have any now.
Right.
No, because the last project that we had that involved LMI was the Bent Tree TIF, and those funds went to the city of Council Bluffs.
Okay. Any other?
Was there LMI in that industrial park?
With industrial,
No?
LMI is not involved.
All right. Thanks for that, Pam.
What's called be sitting on some, I think, aren't they then, the communities out there, each of those little
Almost
communities
every small community is,
sitting on there.
yes.
So,
I guess I wouldn't refer to it as a sitting on them, but they have LMI funds that
Right.
they utilize for different projects, yeah.
you said there's a window that closes like.
I don't remember what the window was, but whoever drew this document up, done ours out at Crescent, I remember there's a certain point when they can reclaim.
Huh.
If you have if you're not moving ahead with it.
Okay.
But I believe it will all be out of here. I think it's after the TIF's done.
You think it's like 20 years or something?
If I said anything, it'd be wrong, so.
Okay. Okay.
That'd be accurate.
Okay. No other discussion? Roll call?
Domingo.
Aye.
Supervisors Wickman.
Aye.
Groby.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Shay.
Aye.
Okay. Discussion and/or decision to approve and authorize the board to sign Amendment 2080 agreement with Mills County for electrical assistance.
I'll move that for you.
Second.
We talked about this last week. Was there one little deal we had to correct?
Matt Wilbur did prepare an amendment to the 2080 agreement per the terms of the original 2080 agreement. It would be Article 11, liability and indemnification. This agreement shall not cause liability to be incurred by Pottawatomie County with regard to the electrical inspection services provided in Mills County. Mills County agrees to defend, indemnify, and hold Pottawatomie County harmless in the event any claims of liability made against Pottawatomie County as a result of services provided under this agreement. All remaining terms and provisions of the conditions of the above mentioned 28E remain as originally agreed to by the parties. I have some originals. I know you signed that one copy.
Satisfied.
Have they seen it?
Yes, I did email that down to them. They should be discussing this today in their meeting.
They meet today?
Yes,
You think 6 months, the top will do, maybe 3 to 6?
yes.
So the motion is to allow Scott to sign that. We didn't do that last time, I did.
I signed the other, this is the amendment. I don't have
Better
one.
call roll call first, or,
Yeah. We don't even have
Vote.
votes to sign
Vote.
that yet.
Okay. Any other discussion? None? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion passes. Thank you. Okay, discussion and/or decision to approve and authorize the board to sign resolution 101-2021 approving the Iowa Waste Systems Association 2022 Solid Waste Comprehensive Plan Update.
so moved.
Okay, got a motion by Shay.
Second.
Okay, Pam or
Matt,
Matt?
we're doing pretty good out there.
We really are, and I wanted to kind of review a few of the pieces that go along with the solid waste comprehensive plan update. Within there, with every entity that takes things to the Mills County landfill, it's a privately owned landfill, you have to be a part of their solid waste comp plan to be able to bring your refuge items there. We are signed in with them by contract, and our relationship's been working out really well with them. Through that process was where a few years back we did the comprehensive study, and we came up with our recycling center that we now have out there. And their goals within their comp plan is diversion from the landfill, push recycling efforts to have those trailers in small towns, which we're able to do at a county level. And still, as far as my knowledge is right now, we have one of the only full county implemented recycling programs where all the containers line up, all the coloring's the same, all the labeling's the same, and every community that allows us to, we work with them to have our trailers there and rotate them around through. We do have, there's a few that opted not to have the trailer in their town, and then we have Avoca, which is a part of a different solid waste comp plan than what we are. Even though they ask us to have a recycling trailer up there, it's just we can't do it because they're not a part of our plan. But Tom does up a monthly report for us and sends it in, and it's done on an annual basis. So from January through August of this year, we've brought in $47,000 in earnings and that's collected from your MSW, C&D,
and that'd be your construction debris, tires, electronics, appliances with Freon, without Freon. The money that we bring in from paper, they bale up plastic and take over loose plastic as well. Also, our cardboard continues to be one of our bigger revenue generating items. And then for whatever reason, people bring a lot of scrap metal out there, and so we did bring in so far almost $9,000 just in scrap metal value that we take out there. As far as customer trips to our site out there, we have seen a total of 2,341 customer trips that have come through, and that's whether they've dropped off recycling goods or they have paid to drop off MSW or C&D. So things continue to grow out there. We still are doing our orange tag program with the city of Oakland. The city of Oakland decided that they were kind of struggling with their cleanup days, and they used to just set dumpsters down there, and then people end up piling garbage all the way around it. So they issue their citizens an orange tag that allows their resident to come out to the recycling center, drop off whatever they got. We stamp the tag, put the weight on there, and then we bill them monthly for that. It's ended up being a savings for them as far as what they were paying for their containers to be down there. And it allows, instead of just one day for them to do a city cleanup day, they do it year round. And so out of that program, so far, it has been $4,200 this year that has brought into us. So we're still doing really well with this site. That new baler that we had purchased a year ago is up operational and really does a good job of making heavier loads for us to haul over. And so we're making less trips to the recycling for Star Fiber where we sell our stuff at, but the loads are much more compacted and able to store in there. So all in all, I really think it was one of the best decisions we made so far to open the recycling center. And it's been working out really well.
Are we looking at household metal containers and glass? That was always a question.
We haven't really been looking at the glass because it's, even Council Bluffs Recycling Center struggles to get rid of their glass that they have. Metal, Tom has been looking more into that and what it would take to either add a metal part to the trailers that we have for cans and things, or just have a separate one for that. So that'll probably be our next program that we roll out, is to have kind of a.
I really think we get more use, especially out at Crescent, because people have to bring their recyclables into Council Bluffs, like the metal and the glass.
You have a can trailer though, right? That makes its loops around.
He did kind of put together a can trailer that, he loops around.
So Avoca's in, with Shelby County or something?
Yeah, the Cass County.
Cass County?
Not Cass County, the
Shelby?
County landfill.
Okay.
Harrison, Shelby.
And Shelby, the city of Shelby's in with that
Yes.
also? They're not in with us.
Right.
Is that the landfill up at Logan?
I thought is it Carroll?
Mm.
Doesn't Harlan bring it to, I thought Harlan brought theirs to Carroll.
Yeah, it's Carroll. There's a transfer station that's right there outside, but it all goes up to that Carroll landfill.
So you said there was some communities that aren't willing to have the recycling trailers in their communities?
Mm-hmm.
How many are there?
I think it's 2. Trainer doesn't want it in the community. They had it there for a little while and decided that they didn't want it there.
Oh.
And then there's maybe one other.
Okay.
Why is that, Matt?
We do ask that if we park a container in there, that the city kind of watch after it. We don't want to pull up and have things piled all around it.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want to take that responsibility on, which I think they kind of made they thought it would be worse than what it actually is to look after one of those trailers, but.
Have you tried it out there?
It was out there for a little while, yeah.
What's the other community?
I can't think of it.
Has it been out there since the Mike, the new manager?
I don't believe so.
chat with him about it, you know. Our agreement down there was, God, it seemed like it was a bunch of years.
It was 25 years.
It was 25 years?
Mm-hmm.
How many years we got left on it?
We're probably 8 years into that.
Of the 25?
I think so.
Okay. And then, does the rate change on that? Oh, no.
It has increased on us. It's, I can't tell you the exact language, but it's kind of one of those consumer index
Numbers?
increases.
Okay.
And so our rate has gone up a little bit only after they changed ownership. I believe it's a company out of Ohio now that owns that landfill.
That's down there? Okay.
Pam, are there any drastic changes in this plan that need to be pointed out?
No.
We don't, we don't do this every
5 years.
5 years.
5 years, okay. Okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Groby,
Aye.
Wickman.
Okay, discussion and/or decision to approve and authorize chairman to sign 2080 agreement with Iowa Department of Natural Resources for private well committee.
I'll move that for discussion.
Second.
Matt, have we been doing it, or has DNR been doing it in the past?
We do. We issue, and that goes within the communities as well. Even the city of Council Bluffs, we have always issued the well permits for Potawatomi County, other than public water service wells. Once it crests over into the public water service well, then the DNR issues those permits and conducts the inspections.
Why are we switching over to DNR?
We are not switching over to the DNR. We will continue, this is going to allow us to continue to issue those permits. I've been with the department for 15 years. Frankly, I was unaware that there was even a 2080 agreement with the state of Iowa on this. What has happened at the state level in both the septic and the well programs is that there were individuals up at the state level that had been in those positions for 38 years, and they retired. So now we have new individuals running those departments, and they're trying to go through and update everything that goes along with it. And this is a part of what Eric is updating with the well program side of it.
There is a $25 charge. Are we charging that to the people who apply for a well permit?
Correct.
Has it always been $25?
Is that what the DNR charges?
Yeah, we take a $200 permit, $210 permit fee for our office, and they have to write a separate check for $25 to the Iowa department.
Oh, they get 25 also? Or in
Correct.
addition, do we collect 25 for them?
We collect the $25 for them.
And that stayed the same then?
At least since 2006.
Okay. How long does it take us to go do that well inspection?
When we go out and conduct a well inspection, our environmental individuals go out with our GPS units, mark it on a map, and then conduct a water test at the same time. And that water test is through the Iowa grants to counties funds that the state provides us. And then we do those two things at one time. So
We're getting our money's worth there then?
yeah, I don't see any reason to change what our rates are on that.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I'm good.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes.
Is that it for Matt?
Yeah, it is.
Matt, would you make a point to get on the board's agenda and give us an update on where you're at with the public health building discussion? Last discussion The last correspondence I got from you was there were 3 firms, I think, that we got kind of a engineering cost from. And those costs were based on a $5.5 to $6 million building, and I don't remember that discussion, so I'd like for you to get on the agenda and give us an update.
Certainly, we selected Alley Pointer and kickoff meetings this Friday. I'm still looking for a board member who wants to attend, be a part of the program.
Did, you selected Alec Pointer? But I don't wanna go any further. Why don't you get on the agenda, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Good. Thanks, Matt. Thanks.
Okay, discussion and or decision to accept resignation letter of County Recorder Mark Brandenburg effective October 8th, 2021.
So move.
We're just accepting the resignation letter, is that right?
Right.
Correct.
I'll
Yes.
second that.
Okay. Any discussion?
I think hopefully there'll be a time where maybe Brian can come in and, I'm not Brian,
Matt Wilbur?
Mark.
Oh, Mark?
And, you know, we can thank him for his service and
Yeah,
then,
absolutely.
and then, hopefully we can get with, one of the best county attorneys in the state, Matt Wilbur, and give us some direction on, what our process is and how to move forward with it.
Yeah, we all saw that email from Matt yesterday, and if you haven't,
Correct.
read
Yeah.
through it.
Right.
We need to start just thinking about that in the back of our minds, how we're. the
Now,
process.
Marilyn still runs the office, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know if we can, Scott, you wanna just get with Matt and see if we can get together on the time with him for that?
Yeah, he was planning on being here today if it wasn't for his previous arrangement with, having to go up to Des Moines. And we need to get, the numbers from, the auditor's office in regards to what, you know, the potential for election would happen and get all our options or scenarios and get all the information so we make an accurate decision on that. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign.
Before we move on and adjourn and accept the receive and file, I'd like to make a couple comments if I can. You know, when we made the changes this year in negotiations, that there won't be any anniversary changes anymore and that kind of thing. When we get an employee payroll status change, it doesn't go through JANA. I'd like for it to go through JANA. And also on today's agenda, there is one that came through that its effective date is 8/28. I don't see any reason why they can't come to the board before the effective date. And I'd like to see us make sure that that happens. And it wasn't signed by the department head until the 9th of September. So I just wanna see if we can't clean that up a little bit and, make those, or request that those get filed on time and to the board before the effective date, in case there needs to be any clarification on what's on there.
Okay, so, let's just kind of,
I didn't wanna point out any,
no, I understand that.
Okay.
So it comes to the board, you're wanting it to go to Jana before it comes to the board, is that what you're asking?
for review before it even gets here.
Okay, so,
It shouldn't be that tough.
no, I agree, I'm not saying that it shouldn't. Is this done by email to Andrew, or how's it done, do you know?
The department head sent it to Jenna. Jenna gets it to Andrew to put on the board's agenda.
Okay,
Maybe
so,
they could just copy you. And like Supervisor Wickman said, tighten the dates up.
Yeah, right, because then I could follow back up to say, oh, well, this just to look at what was the reason for the difference in dates, or if we have questions about why is the status change coming through, if we don't know what it's for. I'm not saying that's what today's is about, but yes, to tighten that up. Correct.
So, and I don't even know, is it in policy, or is it just been the way we've done it type thing?
There's no process
So-
documented anywhere that this is how we do it. We just
So
post
do
it.
we need to put something together to say that we want, going forward, all departments need to send their payroll changes or salary actions to HR and to payroll?
I think that makes sense, yes.
Okay,
Jenna, you can handle that communication, right?
Yes.
okay, well, I was gonna say, we coordinate with Andrew and get it sent out through the board. Would probably be, effect, I don't know, how it is more effective or not, I guess, but we'll see.
No, that's what we have an HR department for.
Right, but, the board is wanting everybody to fall in line, so, you know, so it doesn't have to be, you know, I mean, but,
You know, that's a loose, set of words, you know, we want everybody to fall in line. No, I want everybody to fall in line, I just want to be able to get this before.
right, but I mean, it's their department heads that are the ones that have to facilitate all of this, I'm guessing, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
So on
or
a,
the elected officials.
on a more positive subject, I wanted to see if we could maybe get the capital plan discussions again. And I want to talk about our super wish list items, possibly moving one of those off that list.
Who went on?
One entirely gone, one I want to move on to something a little more higher priority.
Yeah. For next week?
Yeah, that's fine. Next week we get,
Okay.
Mitch, you know, it's the one I called you about.
So, is this posted, you're on, is it over already?
It will be in 4 minutes. So you're talking about the bond sale?
Yeah, was it posted?
Yeah.
You posted the results later. I thought you guys were gonna watch the bond sale, so I came.
I'm
No,
watching it
no.
right now.
He is watching it, but I didn't,
But the meeting until 1 for your guys' approval.
oh, okay, there it is. It's on the back here. Posted for 1 o'clock, okay. So,
What kind of numbers we got?
we can go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
I'll do that for you, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign.